Hello, my name's John Collyer. Today I'd like to show you or talk to you about one of the UK's best kept secrets in the world of guitar building, and that is about a man called Alan Arnold. Now I've known Alan for many years, and he's built three very fine guitars for me. This is the latest one, which I would like to show you. You might just be able to see here, I don't know whether the camera picks that up. This is a Phoenix, one of his guitars, one of the larger body guitars. And right behind me here is a resonator called the Resolution. And what I hope to do is to do a couple of videos and reviews of those guitars at another time. But Alan's not very good at publicising himself, unfortunately. And it's interesting because I sometimes look on forums and YouTube for reviews of Alan Arnold guitars. And people are saying, I found this guitar in a guitar shop, it's really nice, it's Alan Arnold's, but I've never heard of him, does anybody know? And there's nothing at all. Well, let's try and put that right. So I've waited a year for this guitar. I ordered this last March, so almost a year. And the thing is, as I get older, I find that I get more pain in my hands from arthritis. So I wanted a smaller body guitar, so that if I sit in front of the TV or whatever and I just do some noodling, I've got something that's manageable. The other thing was that I wanted a smaller scale length, because that makes it easier to play, obviously. The thing was, one of the great things about having a guitar made for you is that you can actually have a lot of input into it. Now this one I knew was a small body guitar, but I wanted it deeper to get a bit more bass. So Alan made it a fraction deeper. I can't tell you the exact dimensions. I was able to choose the wood because I wanted something that was extremely resonant, which this really is. So with his advice and help, we decided on a cedar-topped guitar, rather nice piece of cedar, and a walnut. This is a highly figured walnut, back and sides. I don't know whether the camera's picking that up. I hope so. And one of the other things is that I've noticed that sometimes my guitars, to hear them, I've got to sit bent over them to hear them. So we took a chance, and I believe this is the first time that Alan had built a guitar with a sound port. And for me it works. It works great because I can actually hear the guitar so much better without having to bend over it. So it's this one's got a solid Honduran mahogany neck. He shaped it to my personal favourite profile, which is a bit tricky because I live in the southwest of France and Alan lives in Norfolk, but we made some moulds out of sort of plastic padding stuff and sent it off to him. I didn't want the usual sort of stars and stripes inlays, so on a previous guitar he did this rather nice kind of Art Deco headstock design, and I wanted that followed through on the fingerboard this time. One of the other things that I've noticed about Alan's guitars, those that I've got, is that you can see I've got a few guitars here, and many of those, the others, tend to move with humidity, so the action goes up and down, and it's a bit of a pain in the arse to keep on trying to, bring them back into order. So what Alan uses is, as well as the double action truss rod, he uses two carbon fibre bars, square bars, which he inserts into the neck underneath the fingerboard. And I can tell you that none of his necks move, ever. He sets them up the way that I like them set up, and they just don't move. So it was kind of tenterhooks because this guitar arrived last Friday. Here we are in early March 2020. And it arrived, and of course you open the box thinking, what am I going to get? Well, I was thrilled to bits because it exceeds my expectation. It is featherweight, absolutely weighs next to nothing. The bracing, I asked him to take a chance, and instead of using the normal 5/16 width bracing, I asked him to make the braces 1/4 inch wide. The top is extremely light. We'll see, what it holds up like, but I don't go out gigging, so it doesn't really matter. But the thing actually, it sings. It almost. This is an extremely responsive guitar. and it's rather fine sounding as well. Getting lost. But before I go on, the other thing that I would say about these guitars is they are handmade. There are no machines involved at all. It is one man, his hands and his workshop. There's no CNC machines. I think the only machine that Alan uses is a thicknessing machine to take the woods down to the right thickness. Oh, and a hot iron to bend the sides on. And I'm not trying to knock any of the other marks, but I recently had to send back a $10,000 Martin, one of their authentics, because the binding was coming off. And then soon after that I bought another of their new custom models, a 0000 in Sinker mahogany, and it had to go back because the bindings are coming off. This doesn't happen with Alan's guitars because he uses wood throughout, so the bindings are wood, everything is wood, and they stay in one piece. But the other big difference is the price points, because I don't know whether you've seen in the shops these days, but I don't know whether it's to do with inflation or the scarcity of wood or the exchange rates or CITES, whatever it is. But the price of guitars from companies like Martins and Taylor and Gibson have gone through the roof. Absolutely, the price have gone absolutely mental. This instrument, I can tell you, a handmade instrument, okay, I wasted a year for it, but this has cost me well under £3,000, well under £3,000, and that includes a Hiscox case. So there we are. It's really very, very nice. Indeed, in my efforts to get it extremely light, you may be able to see once again that the finish work on the neck is absolutely superb, the lacquering, but the lacquering on the body slightly sinks into the grain. And this, I think, is because I wanted it light. So, of course, the more lacquer you put on, the heavier the guitar is going to be. So, there we have it. I'll just play some simple chords so you can hear how the thing rings. So thanks very much for watching. If you want to contact Alan Arnold, if you're interested, you can find his website. Just search for Alan Arnold Guitars UK. And what I will try and do is to do video reviews of the Phoenix, which I've got here, which I've had that since 2005, and the Resolution Resonator behind me here, which I had in 2010. So go check him out and look out for the later videos. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.